Welcome back. Another one of your favorite daily shows. Steve Safari, we're doing it for 28 days of excellence. And today it's amazing because I'm with a super cool guy. He's a chef right behind me. You can see him making it happen. You know, look at what's going on. How you doing, chef?
Doing good.
What are you making today?
Making some munchies for Steve.
Munchies for Steve. Yes, Steve's got the munchies for sure. Oh, what's this yummy stuff?
That is a flat bread with caramelized onion and caramelized mushroom.
What's that deep fried yumminess over there?
That is a jalapeno. Deep fried jalapeno. That will go with the pork belly. That will be for the kimchi bacon burger.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Breakfast.
The good thing is come hungry.
Yes.
When you want to go to eat, you don't go ready with your full stomach.
Okay, so chef is here dressing up, trying to look good. You know how it goes. Okay, chef, I'll give you the mic. I'll just put it over here. Right next to the Canadian flag.
Oh man, what I'm done to myself.
And we have a Mzansi flag in there too, hey? Hey.
And I'm getting chunky too.
Nice.
Last year I was good. Now I don't feel like I feed into this.
Are you eating your food? Are you getting high on your own supply, chef?
I don't eat my food. I taste my own food,
What's in
which is less eating, but I'm sure I'm gaining more calories because every dish I have to pass through my taste.
Or just the tasting, hey?
That's what makes me getting chunky.
So do you taste every single meal?
Every single meal.
So you put out a plate to taste
Even though whenever I cook it, I still have to taste it. Because food is not just like cook one time and it'll taste the same. Every minute, second, hour, and hours and days, food has different taste. Same dish, you might eat it for 5 days, but it'll taste different. The moment you keep it in a cooler from the stove, it tastes different. Keep it in a cooler, it tastes different. Food is always has a different taste. Every moment you taste,
is different.
the moment you cook is something else. The next day you taste is something else because
Are there
call
foods
it
that you
resting.
like that taste better the next day?
But how do you feel after you work hard? Then the next day you rest.
Feels
Get
good.
a new body.
Yes.
So when the food rests, it develops
Tastes
a
better.
new taste.
Matures with age, hey? Just like
Yeah,
me.
it's like a cheese.
Chef, I see you looking at your notes. What's on these notes here?
The notes is my map. So it's like you don't go into a journey without saying, oh, I'm traveling, but you don't know where you're going. So you need to know like, okay, where's the stop, where's the exit, and where to start. So that is my prep and to check like, okay, what is the first dish that I'm gonna do first? Then what is the next dish? So that everything will goes in the way how I want it. So at the end, you don't say, oh, I should put the other dishes, I forget about it. But the fact is, write everything down, then check one by one. So we call it like your prep checklist. So you do, and as you go, and you keep marking what you've done it already. Because we are today on a photo shoot, so we need to make sure everything is all done and all covered.
Yo, chef just said that's his map. I like that.
This bread. Oh, good. I let my
Everything good in there, chef?
Everything is good. As I said, your brain have to work like a clock.
Exactly. Don't stop. Always on like the fridge.
Yeah.
Yo, chef, what made you start cooking? What got into this?
Oh.
Did you always cook at home?
That's a long.
kid?
No, it's my mom. She was a housemaid, and she used always when she come home, she brings the food that she bring from work. So I always taste the food, and always try to memorize and to keep those good food that I had, and keep it in my mind. So, not knowing that I'll become a chef. And I was at school, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna become a nurse, I'm gonna become a veterinary. That was my goal. Then when you grow up and when I was already like 17, 18, when I'm too close to like, okay, now it's time to finalize and know what I'm gonna do in my life. So what I did, I was born in Limpopo and I went to Johannesburg where everything's happening. So it's where I finished my high school and college. and I started working constructions and do other side jobs trying to make cash. But that, I didn't know the cooking was my passion. Till when I stepped into the building where there's food, is where it started to ring in my head like, you love food, man. And you know, when you love food, you can't hide yourself like, I don't love food. I really love food. I didn't like food at the moment. And so when I started, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a plan B plan, and I study as a chef, and I went to Red Capsicum, and I studied then. I become a chef. Then since there, from my career keep following from 2001, 2002 till 2023. We are here. So
that is amazing.
22 years experience working chef.
And later I'm going to talk to you, we're going to talk to the people about Argentina.
Yeah, we'll talk about Argentina.
Okay, Team Safari, now this is such an amazing takeaway. So Chef says that his mom used to be a housemaid and she used to cook for homes. Chef, and that's what inspired the chef?
So she was working for white people, and she used to bring those food back home. So those food, it was to us, it was like something new and something different compared to what we eat daily. So it brings me up, and from that, I would say is where I find my creativity and the way how I love making food. And like when I know something, I like to transform it in a better way. Yeah. It could be African kind of different food, as long I could bring it in the way that when you eat it, like, oh, I never thought this it could go together with this.
That is such an amazing takeaway,
when it comes to art of food.
That is such an amazing takeaway. So Chef was initially inspired by his mom's food that she used to make for these white people in South Africa, and she could come back home with this food, and Chef tasted them and is like, wow, I want to make this type of food. This is the type of food I should be eating. And that's a super cool takeaway. Right on, Chef.
Sometimes it's where you learn the best when things are hard. The time of apartheid in South Africa, people that were thinking, oh, it was the time that you feel like everything in your whole entire life is gonna be the same. I was thinking my life is gonna be exactly the same, and I'm gonna live in that kind of tunnel of life. But growing in the village and start to travel and never being within in my own country, even Durban, Cape Town, Kimberley, I never been in those parts. But one of my best experiences, I have to flew over the countries, and I started working in the States. And Disney is one of my best places that it will say today, it makes me who I am today, because if Disney didn't discover me, I was not able to go to discover and how know my talent is. But as I said, the struggle is what makes you success, because
amazing.
That regime is what makes me become a chef, because if my mom was not bringing that food for me to try all that kind of different food they were making and the white people they were eating and they're bringing home, and for us to share that meal with us,
you wouldn't have been who you are today.
I won't be well. I was not going to be able to familiarize all the food and the taste and the flavor and smell.
That's amazing, man. So, and that's one thing we're talking about. You know, it's all about positivity and using your hey, all right.
On fire.
I was about to run. Just call 911. Yo, Chef's amazing, man. He's telling us about how his takeaways from apartheid really, he took some positive things out of it, you know, and if it wasn't for the apartheid regime that was in South Africa back then, his mom probably wouldn't have worked as a maid inside the white people homes, you know, and he's taken that as a positive thing and turned it into his life right now. And cooking has made Chef travel around the world. You know, I know about Chef's travels to Argentina. Yo, Chef, tell us the places you've been.
I would say I've been all over around the world because I used to work in a cruise ship. Mm-hmm. So when we work on the cruise ship, what you do is you have to watch your schedule and you want to travel at the main time while you're working. Mm-hmm. So the best thing is what I'll do myself when I know that working at the cruise ship and you know there's an export coming. Okay, we're being in Antarctica, being in Helsinki, being in Russia, being in Poland, being in Mexico, being in Caribbean. I've been in a lot of places. I've been all over and I couldn't even tell. Most of the countries I've been that I need to look back on my passport to remember where I've been. But that's so far what I could tell. I've been in Argentina, which I live in Argentina
How long?
for 13 years and travel Buenos Aires and Ramos Mejia.
Nice.
And I travel, I would say, the whole South America, Peru, Chile, Argentina, and Brazil, Caribbean, Europe, Africa. So I travel almost the entire globe.
Europe and Africa is huge, bro. You've been everywhere?
It's huge. I've been in England. I've been in Iceland, and I've been in. It's so many places. And as I said, I need to look at my passport.
Nice. What countries in Africa have you been?
I've been in Morocco.
Nice.
And Monte Carlo, and I've been in Egypt.
Oh, wow.
And I've been in Tunisia.
That's amazing. So you can make that Mediterranean food too and everything?
Everything. That's why it's all of my food. Everything is all
amazing.
Inspired because of where places I've been, and most of important place where you go is you want to see and know what the food is like.
That's amazing, man. So Chef's going to tell us the kind of stuff he makes. So he switches up. He makes some really cool foods that are inspired by traditional African dishes from West Africa, North Africa, and South Africa. Then he kind of switches them up, right, Chef?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Makes it in a very, like, I don't want to say a modern way, but in a really interesting
in both
way.
Modern ways, in a good
modern
way,
can you say
in a
modern
way
way?
that
Okay, great.
it could be looked into appetizing side,
I mean,
right?
in a modern way. Well, it's my channel. I can say in a modern way. Come on, man. In a modern way. Makes it in a modern way. Okay, Chef, I'm starving, man.
You're in the right place, my man.
What are you making there, nachos?
I'm making a modern nachos. The modern nachos is because I extend the flavors, what we know from nachos. Usually beans, some put olives, but I put black beans. I put pickles, sweet and sour red cabbage on it, and to give you that savory taste palate. And I add some pickled jalapenos.
Oh, wow.
And I add some green onion, and I add some roasted corn.
Roasted corn, eh?
Yeah. So then on top of that, I'll add some pickles, red onion too, to give it that savory taste, and then add cheese. And the sauce that's gonna go with this, it's sour cream and Parmesan truffle cheese.
Okay. Are you chucking that in the oven or?
Yeah, you have to go straight in the oven.
Okay. Too fast for me, man. Too fast for me.
It's too far, yeah. And to make it short, that's a truffle parmesan and sour cream. I'll be back.
Okay, so now I'm really starving. This is my dine out to Vancouver experience, you know. For most of you, having a hard time dining out because the restaurants are full. I'm right here in the kitchen, making it work with Chef Tshaba.
And dining with Steve.
Dining with Steve.
We're gonna rush now because there's so many food you have to come out.
Oh, it's out already.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take this for a photo shoot. Where's the salsa?
Sizzling stuff on the pan. Oh, the chicken's ready.
And that's a spaghetti bolognese.
Spaghetti bolognese.
And our nachos is ready for the action.
Oh, then throw some fresh ones in there, eh?
Yeah. I don't need to explain what this is all about. I just say it, right? Then
Yeah, actually, you can describe on the.
Yeah, I will describe myself.
it's-
Let's not make it
You told me.
difficult. Yeah, don't worry about that. Just take the name here.
Alright.
Yeah, and don't describe that. It's gonna give you a hard time. So just describe this.
Yo, chef, thanks so much for hanging out with me. That was really nice. I enjoyed the food. We didn't do the mukbang the way we expected to do it, but then it was really nice. I liked it.
It's my pleasure for meeting you, and I appreciate for being here and being a part of Team Safari.
That's right.
I'm looking forward for meeting all candidates, all African communities, and we can share all our experiences, and everything that we can share in common is a lot of things that we share. I do believe in that, and looking forward to see and team up with everyone.
Are you coming to the event this weekend?
Definitely, I'll be in the event.
100%, man.
That's the way to go.
That's the way to go. Thanks so much for the food, man. The food is really amazing, and we enjoyed, you know, Team Safari.
It won't be amazing till you try it.
Exactly. So you wait till you try, but I've eaten it, so I know how it feels.
Right.
You know, so thank you so much. And it's all about love. That's all is spread out here, and amazing times with really cool people.
Yeah.
You know, so if you want to be part of this show, just hit me up. You could go to the Instagram, Steve Safari Show, and DM, make it happen that way. We'll definitely interview you, put a space for you there, because that's our thing. That's all we do. We highlight amazing people who are doing amazing things. So 28 days of excellence, that's what we're doing right now.
That's what we
so the only content we're doing is we're showcasing amazing black people in the city, you know. So if you're not black, see you in March.
Oh yeah.
Yo, one love. Team Safari.